Alright, Himmelstoff it is, and it looks like Yo Ironman starting down to the south, and yeah, as I mentioned, really no clear difference in the tank selection except for one KV5 against an IS-3.
Yep, and they looks like, at least the Silidux, they are going to move forward this hilltop right now, and their opponents, you can't see it on your screen right now, but the Ironmen going to go for a pretty standard setup. They aren't going to go, they're probably going to go like have their defense set around the field area and maybe send up like one tank, maybe a scout up there to the hilltop.
I'm not even sure they're going to send anybody up there, as a matter of fact. Like they're just like really keeping most of their heavy forces at the base of the hill, covering that eastern side of the Central Park area. Now one TMDK ZW here just trying to get a peek at the entire park area too, while the two T1s are camped to the west road. Right now, although Silidux is really pushing hard, making that hill climb, and they are not going to be challenged.
Yep.
Not at all, as a matter of fact. So
they are keeping one of the heavy tanks down at the base, just in case.
Just in case. And
Ironman decide to push.
Right, and a T1 like to the west railway.
Yep. So 4 members, at least 4 tier 8s up here on this hilltop right now on the Silidux side, plus a T1. So definitely the advantage. I mean, it's not an advantage, but definitely, at least on the hill, definitely a huge advantage going to the Silidux.
I would still say that they've got an advantage. I mean, they would have an advantage if they were playing against any other team but Yo Ironman, who used to be IF Professional. Because, you know, if IF Professional took the bait and actually decided to go for Northern Capture, the fact that so many heavy tanks are camped up on that hilltop on the Silidux side would give them so much of an edge, because making that climb down towards the enemy starting position would be so very easy. But because they're playing against Yo Ironman, who are not going to move at all, I think, and just are quite happy defending this, I don't give them a clear advantage.
Yep.
Because, I mean, being on the hill gives you a really nice overall view of the map, but none of the Ironman tanks are even near that Central Park area, or they're just like at the base of the hill pretty much, so there's no way that these tanks are going to get like any sniping action from up there.
Yep. Yeah, the Silidux are really trying to wait for any members of Ironman to come up here, but I mean, the Ironman, they aren't going to risk something like that.
They're not. They decided not to commit to the push. The Ironman like side is just quite happy defending their lower half of the map. So in terms of vision, I mean, obviously, the advantage goes to Silidux, but because Ironman is just not going to move at all, yeah, it's just pretty much another stalemate game here, and another waiting game that's going to start here for us, I believe.
Yeah, and the Silidux, I don't think they're going to push down the hill either, because they know that.
Well, they know it's just like, yeah.
And they're going to have no cover.
Yeah, and they would just walk into a trap.
I mean, they could possibly, though. They are really at the southern edge of the field right now. They're kind of posted up, looking, you know, to see if any of the Ironmen are guarding that area. And right now, I mean, at least initially, if they go down, there aren't going to be any members. So once they turn the corner, there'll be all the members.
And they will just get shot in a bottleneck. By the time they make it out of this alley, then like 3 other tanks are waiting for them. Like a hill climb down would be suicide at this point.
Oh, they have spotted the members now.
Yeah, I mean, they know what's waiting for them down there. It's just like, I don't think there's just going to be suicidal enough to actually...
They could go for the right side of the hill, though, because they could actually go all the way around and then get some clear shots onto the Ironman members. But right now, because there's actually 2 ways to come down from if you're coming down north to south. There are 2 ways down the hill.
You mean if they go straight for the base?
Yeah, like the base, and then what they could do is camp up. You know, if they go on the right side, then they could camp up once they hit that corner, the first corner, and then they'll have some clear shots on the Ironman members.
Possibly, but that would completely leave them vulnerable to another mirroring base capture as well. Also,
but they do have one of their heavy tanks guarding the base, so they could.
Last we looked, yeah. So
I mean, they could have enough time, but I mean, obviously they wouldn't go straight for a base capture. But what they would do is at least try and get some shots off onto the Ironman, and then maybe take one out, and then snowball it from there. But I mean, right now, at least from the hilltop, there's really nothing they can do. And if they go down the left side of the ramp,
they would just like get blown.
Exactly. Yeah. So their only option, if they were to push down this hill, is that right side. Yeah. So yeah, really no movement coming out so far from the Iron Man. Iron Man. I mean, I think they want to push out, but the thing is they're just way too scared because they really have no idea where Silly Ducks are right now. They did spot, I believe, one or two of the members, around
they
that
did
hill.
spot like just like that one T1.
Yeah,
Much, and
so
that
I
was it.
mean, that kind of signals that at least a couple of tanks are up there. And right now, they are kind of all, guarding the entrance and the exit. But I mean, it's like if I were the Iron Man, I would at least send
a T1
Yes,
up there
yeah.
to the west road, or at least like just try to get some vision as to what's going on the northern side of the field. But they're not even doing that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what I really like PvP as well. The thing is with PvP, Super Friends.
They at least they try to figure out what's going on around them. Pretty much, they don't just like sit back and stay put and say, okay, walk into a tram or walk into a trap. That's,
Yeah, the PvP, they really use those T1s to the biggest advantage. And right now, both these teams, I mean, the Silly Ducks, they're kind of doing that. They did send that T1 down the hill and to kind of spot out some of the
Well, I mean,
members.
at least they committed to push. Right now, except for the one MX-50, their base is entirely deserted.
Yeah.
At least they did commit like to full-on push, like to the eastern front. And usually you're gonna see a team do that. At least one team do that. And usually, more often than not, what you see happen is that the team, whoever's like guarding down south, is either gonna go for a hill push themselves or try to overcompensate that by going for a west railroad capture or a straight down like smack in the middle Central Park capture. But right now, Yo Iron Man is just like, okay, we saw you try to climb down the hill, then I dare you to do that. And honestly, there's nothing more to this play than that. Really,
Yeah.
nothing more.
I mean, I'm kind of curious to see what the Silly Ducks are up to right now. I'm curious to see if they're actually still up on the hilltop right now.
Or
We don't
just,
have.
you know what? If I were them, like I try to, I just keep the mind games going on. Show that T1 up.
Mhm.
Show that T1 up just to hint at a presence, and obviously go all the way around. Yes, to the west road. And try to take out this T1.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So brilliantly done, I gotta say.
So T1 gets taken
Yeah,
out.
indeed. So Lord Ketchup doing a pretty good job here, taking down the T1, and that still does not like actually encourage the Yo Iron Man to move. Like they haven't moved from the base of the hill at all.
Neither team has actually moved. It's about 8 minutes now past that have passed, and neither team is willing to engage each other right now. The Silly Ducks still up on that hilltop. They're still in around the same position, still trying to push out. And what I'm saying is they got to take the left side. They got to go left. Yeah, sure. Keep going
Or
straight.
they should just like go take the long way around and just try a different approach then. Like
Yeah.
try the West Railway, or I mean at least they did fully commit to this. It's just like, I mean, Yo Iron Man is not moving an inch.
Yep.
Not an inch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at least go for maybe a field push, because they know that some of the tanks of Silly Ducks have, or they can expect some of the tanks to be up there right now. Might as well, they could go for, even though it's risky, it's better than not doing anything at all.
Honestly, I think to be real honest with you, I am not the judge of this, but if I were, I think like both teams would just deserve a warning for this. Really.
Yeah.
That one. I mean, look at that. Right now, we're just like down to 1 minute and 30 seconds, and it looks like the Silly Duck side is gonna make that climb down. They're gonna charge in, but
Yep, so finally some action here. The Silly Ducks moving in onto the Iron Man base. And this is exactly what I was saying. They should have moved. Yeah, they are. They did go to the right side of the hill, and they're gonna see TMD are getting spotted. And see if they did this initially, they're undercover right now.
they're undercover, but they're still like, see, they're being flanked from the right side. I mean, like a hill down push is just complete suicide. They're getting flanked from the right side.
I mean, it's not a flank though, because they're not coming from behind.
They're not coming from behind, but it's just.
I mean, this is better than coming in from the front where
Right,
you're,
where
you're,
it's
you're
just
not
like
undercover.
totally like walking into a trap.
Yeah. See, at least here
I mean, still,
they
like,
have
I
some
don't know. You know
options.
what? I just maybe I'm just being biased here, but I really do think that Yo Iron Man deserves like a wee bit of a warning on that, because it's just. I mean, look at that. Nothing's gonna happen out of this either. We've got 20 seconds left. Nobody's really gonna commit to that, are they?
Yep. Oh, but Times Jerome moving in. Times Jerome in a little bit of danger right now. Time Zero, one more shot will take him out. Oh, Time
Yeah,
Zero
but look
getting
at that.
taken
Yeah,
out.
it does. Yeah, it does.
But they
But they
trade.
still, yeah, they trade at 2. So
5 seconds.
yeah, Tomodi gets taken down as well.
One tank will
and-
do it right now.
Yeah, but it's not gonna happen.